Hello, I'm Johnny Johns.
And I'm Will Rhoads.
And this is Rockology. In today's episode, we will be talking about, is Kiss really quitting now? Alright, so let's just start it off with a question, okay?
Okay.
So, first question I want to ask you. What's your thoughts on Kiss's End of the Road tour?
Kiss End of the Road tour? I mean, it's lasting a really long time, and they announced some new tour dates, and I think it's the never-ending tour. But aside from that, it's pretty cool. The shows are good, and some others are terrible. But yeah, I'd say it's a decent tour.
Yeah, it's a decent tour. The only thing that makes it decent is Paul Stanley, everybody figuring out he's lip syncing. Number 2, it's never ending. Number 3, Paul Stanley sucks at singing now. And Eric Singer messing up the timing, and you can just give proof that he's lip syncing now.
Yeah, like Eric Singer messing up and Paul Stanley singing when he's somehow 3 meters away from the microphone.
I know.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a few feet. It was like 6 feet.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like, he was like 6 feet away from the microphone, and you could just hear the "yeah" on Psycho Circus while he's like not even near his mic. And then he points at Eric Singer like, "Why did you do this to me?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's the never-ending tour. It got announced in 2018. It started in 2019. I saw them 3 times on the tour. I saw them in 2019, 2020, and 2021. And then I also saw them in 2017, but that was the Freedom to Rock tour, which they only did in America. And then,
nice.
I went to that. They wore the Creatures of the Night outfit. It was pretty cool. Anyways, like a few months ago, like probably 2 months ago, they announced they added 100 more dates on the End of the Road tour.
Yeah, and then after that's when they're gonna announce like another 200.
Yeah.
It just goes on forever.
Yeah. I think it'd be a good time for them to like stop now and retire. That way they don't get too old. And
they've gotten pretty old.
Yeah, like Gene, he's in his 70s, like 72, I think. And then Paul, he's 70. Peter, he's 74, and Ace, I think he just got 70. I don't know when.
Yeah. Their Ace's solo stuff is doing pretty good, but so he's getting kind of old, but he's kind of just like mellowed down, and he has like different singer, and he kind of like sits when he's on stage sometimes. So Kiss can't really do that because that's
Kiss.
Kiss is all about the show.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to see like Kiss just sitting on chairs with some random guy up there singing.
Yeah. Well, there's explosions in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to talk about the stage.
Yeah.
People call it the Bumblebee stage. I don't blame them. It looks like a beehive.
Yeah, it looked like that.
But then again, for it being the last tour, I think it's a pretty sick stage. Like, there's a lot of pyro. There's screens everywhere. You'll be blinded when you leave. So when every time I saw Kiss, I could feel the flames every time the flame shot.
How close were you sitting?
So the first concert, I was in the very back.
So you could feel the flames from the very back.
Yeah.
Just imagine how they would feel on stage.
Oh man.
It must be really uncomfortable for some 70-year-olds.
But yeah, okay, so yeah, that was the first concert. And then also at my first concert, we snuck up to the front of the stage. And security, they saw us, but they saw me, and I was like 5. And so they're like, it's a kid. We can let him go up there. So I got to like stand in front row. And Tommy Thayer, he pointed at me. And then there was another time, oh yeah, when I saw Kiss in 2020, right before the pandemic hit, David Lee Roth was still on tour with them. So I got to see David Lee Roth and Kiss on the same night in Kansas, which I live in Oklahoma, so that's another state. So I'm in Wichita, Kansas in 2020. I was sitting 4th row, and I could feel the flames. They were pretty hot. Hotter than the first time I saw them. And Gene Simmons, he tried to throw a guitar pick at me, but there was a tall dude right in front of me, and the tall dude right in front of me caught it.
Damn.
And then Gene Simmons pointed right at me, too. And then he was trying to get Eric Singer to throw me a drumstick, but Eric Singer wasn't paying attention. Like, you could see, like, Gene Simmons, he was tapping on Eric Singer's shoulder and, like, shaking his shoulder while he's pointing at me. It's like he's trying to say something to Eric Singer, but he was talking to some other dude. So I left that, well, I didn't leave that place empty-handed. What I did is I picked up confetti. Confetti that was falling from the air and off the ground. And then you know that little mini stage Paul Stanley stands on? For like 2 songs? I walked around that looking for guitar picks. I didn't find any. And then, okay, so there's another subject I forgot to talk about in the intro when we were introducing ourselves. So Kiss, apparently, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, there's a big fat rumor going around that Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, they're gonna quit Kiss and they're gonna have some younger guys come in and they're gonna replace them. Now, I think it's possible. I'm sure the fans won't like it, especially if they have the same hairdo as Paul and Gene and the same makeup and same outfits.
Yeah, same characters. People didn't like that when Eric and Tommy joined. They didn't like how they were the same characters as
they still
Chris
don't.
and Ace Frehley. But at the same time, they might not like them making new characters. I just think they wouldn't like new people in general, probably the fans.
Yes. I would, at the last Kiss concert, I would like to see it at the Madison Square Garden where it all started. Ace, Peter, Paul, and Gene one last time together.
If they got replacements in Kiss, who would be the replacements?
I really have no idea. I hope, since they said they're gonna probably bring younger guys, I hope it's Nick Simmons and Evan Stanley, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons' son. They're pretty good at Evan Stanley. He's a really good singer. He has some solo stuff, but it's pop, and he's pretty good at guitar. Like, he plays like his dad. And then Nick, I think he's pretty good at bass too.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Aside from them, excuse me, my only guess would be Troy Sanders from Mastodon.
Oh yeah.
He's more like a screaming singer, but
yeah.
He said in a Loudwire interview that his biggest inspiration as a kid learning how to play bass with Gene Simmons, so could happen.
Yeah, guys, I think that's it for this podcast episode. We'll see you in the next one.